What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching. I appreciate you tuning in, hitting the play button and listening to my bullshit. So thank you for that. In this video, we're gonna talk about how to set goals and achieve them. You say, I'm gonna do this, I'm carrying that goal out, end the subject, end the discussion. And you have no doubt in your mind. And you set the goal and you achieve it, no matter how big, no matter how grandiose it may seem. How do you set a goal and then go out there and achieve it? Well, there's a lot of things here we can talk about. I'm only going to be, as always with these videos, scratching the surface. Honestly, even if I go on 20-minute rant, I'm still scratching the surface with these things. But here's how I would go about setting goals and achieving them. And I set big goals for myself, right? I set big goals, in everything that I do in my life. I set big goals, fitness. I set big goals. 3 years ago, I set the goal of I want to be able to do human flags and walk on my hands and really do cool, badass shit. Now it's like my warm up in my workout, So I'm always setting bigger goals, not just in fitness, but also on YouTube. I'm always ranting and rambling about million subscribers, and some of you guys left a comment saying, I can't wait to ask you how does it feel to have 1 million subscribers, and you're replying familiar, like Conor McGregor. But it really feels familiar to me, having 1 million subscribers and just posting videos and spreading positive energy. So how do you set these big goals and achieve them though? Because here's the thing, some of these goals take a long fucking time. I don't know when I'm gonna get 1 million subscribers. This is gonna take me, who knows? Who really knows? It could take me a year, and just this channel suddenly blows up. It could take 5 years. It could take 7 years, like some YouTubers, Who knows? Who knows? I'm not here. I don't fucking see the future. It's so hard to predict. I'm not a psychic exactly, so I'm not here to see the future. But some of these goals can take a long time, right? But how do you set them and achieve them? First thing first, if you're starting out something right now and you're in the initial stages of it, it really helps to set smaller, more achievable goals in a more realistic timeline. As much as I hate that word, realistic, I hate to use it, but you set your big, grandiose goal, right? And then you set the smaller steps. So, first milestone, for example, 10,000 subscribers, and you have a little celebration about that to feel like, hey, I've reached something. And then, you go maybe 30,000 or whatever, you set small, achievable goals and you sort of work your way up towards them, and you reward yourself when you get there. Because look, if you're what tends to happen a lot, I'm sure a lot of you guys who set goals and are go-getters and really trying to do something in the world, you can easily get discouraged if your goal is really big but you're not there yet. Like you're nowhere near that right now at this present time space continuum. That can get very frustrating and very discouraging. And that could completely blind you, put the blinders on from all the good things that you've been doing, from all the progress. You could actually, from a completely bird's eye point of view, from a completely alien's point of view, on your journey, on on achieving the goal, you could be doing really fucking good and progressing, steadily. But you might not even see that because you're so concentrated on the final big thing, the final big goal, that you're maybe talking shit to yourself and saying, well, I expected you to be more, blah, 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 like you're not doing that good. And it's like, well, look you've been actually making steady progress. You don't have the eyes to see it because you're so concentrated on the final grandiose goal. So I fall in that trap easily, because I set these big giant goals and I'm there to achieve them, man. Mind you, I'm there to achieve them. I have one thing, I can't give up. It's in me. I was born, I had a lot of fucked up qualities as a kid growing up. The one quality I had going on, probably the only quality I had going on for me, was that I don't give up. So first thing first is just keeping that in mind. Set the big goal. Think big. Think big. The world is your playground. Look, the world is made of mathematical code and words. The better you get at manipulating and using these words and these mathematical codes, the better you get at manifesting things. And you honestly, you can manifest your imagination is your limit, and imaginations have no limit. So think big. Always think big. Always think big. But as you think big, along the process, set small, achievable goals in a relatively realistic timeline and try to be conservative. When I project, I'm trying more and more to be conservative, because usually as humans, we like to think, we want things to go faster, so we project, this big time. I'm trying to be more conservative in my predictions right now. I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative and just set smaller, achievable, measurable goals. I'm nowadays going through a phase in my life where, it's all about steady growth, steadiness, just steadily, every single day, little bit, just a little bit at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'll read this, actually. I have this saying here. I left it on my wall because I loved it so much when I wrote it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Time is the variable in which the soul is tested. Patience is a mighty virtue. So is persistence. So is perseverance. But you cannot learn these virtues without time as perceived by a human being. And the empire of love that you're building has reasons for you. Or what? The empire of love that you're building has lessons for you. There we go. Persistence, perseverance, patience. So, you know what? If you're setting really big goals, and you guys all should be setting really big goals, then give yourself a pat on the shoulder and go with the model of steady wins the race. Really, I think that's pretty good thing in life. Steady wins the race. If you're just steadily growing, right? In anything, if you're just a little bit, every day a little bit more, or, every week even, or every month, right? Maybe during that month you'll have ups and downs, but as long as that overall arching theme of that month is growth, then that's good, right? Then that's a good thing. Or during the week, you might have like a day where, you don't do as well, you don't perform as well in your sport, in your business, in your fitness goal. But maybe, overall, after that 7th day, hey, we made slow progress. Hey, we made maybe 3% more progress this week than the previous week, and then 3% more, or 2% more even, right? Or at the end of the month, we made 5% progress increase in whatever you're trying to achieve. It's like, it's not bad. It adds up. Let's just keep doing it. And along the way, you build good habits, right? You build really good habits. So I definitely think that's very important for people who want to achieve big goals and go after them. And you guys should not settle for any small goals. Go for as big as your imagination allows you to be. Now, the second thing, once you're on that roll, that steady growth roll, right? You're steadily growing. Something's gonna happen along the line. Something is gonna happen for sure. And that thing, I love it. It's so beautiful. It's called momentum. I love momentum. I think one of Newton's laws. I don't want to talk shit out of my ass, but there's one of the fundamental laws of physics, right? That which is in motion tends to stay in motion. That which is stationary tends to stay stationary. Okay, you guys, can you leave me the actual one? I have a chemical engineering degree, and I think it's a fucking joke that I got a chemical engineering degree, because I don't know jack shit about this shit. So, but momentum. So once you're steadily growing your YouTube channel, your body, your business, something's gonna happen. You're gonna build momentum, and that's gonna be the fuel. The more of that fuel you can build, that momentum, the more fuel you have to project yourself into the future with that momentum. You see? So for example, I built the momentum on this channel, right, of 2 videos a day. I've gotten myself in a certain routine where I sit down and I make a bunch of videos in a row and I get in a very creative zone. And that's the momentum. And now I'm just running on the momentum. It's become a part of my life. It's not something I have to think about or I have to be like, oh fuck, I gotta make videos today. It's like I look forward to making videos. I love making videos. I have a lot of fun making videos, and I've built the momentum now, right? There's an audience that, you know, watches the videos, and there's just, I'm putting out 2 videos in a row now, and I'm seeing the momentum steadily. It's not going very fast. I know I always hype it up and say the channel's taking off because it's just, I like to hype things up for myself and for others, but it's steadily growing, right? And the channel is steadily growing right now. And I'm looking at watch time specifically, not necessarily subscribers. It's steadily growing every week, just a little bit. Or actually, I look at it as a month. Every month, it's going a little bit more. It's going a little bit more. It's going a little bit more. It's going a little bit more and a little bit more. And I just got to keep the momentum right now. I have the fire. I can make the videos. You know, it's easy for me. It's not hard work. I love it. I enjoy it. And it's like, well, slowly now, right? We just got to just feed the fire, you know, just more wood, right? Just more wood, let the fire, and then boom, things have a momentum of their own. Once they take off, then they just have a momentum of their own, exponential growth, right? I think exponential growth is something we see of a lot of in nature. Is like there's this steady, it's just like spring, right? The flowers and all the right conditions for the flowers to blossom and bloom are all being set. The stage for it is all being set during winter. But suddenly you feel like, wow, exponentially almost the flower is blooming, right? It's like, well, you saw the exponential part of the curve, of the growth curve, which is just took off, but you didn't see that momentum building phase, which is like really, it took a long time for the flower to bloom, right? It's been blooming all winter, and suddenly in a few days, boom. In the same way, and I just take my YouTube channel as an example, and suddenly it's just gonna take off. Just boom, right? That's momentum. So build momentum. If you're trying to lose weight right now, build the momentum for it, okay? Slowly, little by bit. And at some point, sometime in your journey, 6 months in or something, you're gonna have built so much momentum. Or if you're trying to, for example, do cool shit, you know, like handstands and human flag and really do some cool flips and just cool ninja shit. Some of you guys see me do that stuff, right? And I can progress so fast in it now, but here's why. I've been building the momentum. I've been giving my body stimulus, you know, been building the momentum to create this flexible, agile, fast, quick, strong body. And it's been building up for, like, I would say the last 3 years. Now it's just, give me a move. I'm trying to do one arm chin-ups. It's not gonna take me very long. I'm already trying to do it. I already have the prerequisites for it. Not gonna take me very long. I'm gonna do it pretty quickly, right? But hey, I'm operating on all that momentum that I've been building for the last 3 years. You understand what I'm saying here? So it's very important, guys. Very important. Start in your mind, start off saying, okay, I'm just all about slow and steady here. Let me just steadily grow. And if you think you're going down in 1 week, just be like, all right, let me look at the overall thing. Let me look at the month. Let me try and go up in the month. And you know what? Sometimes you might even go down. You know, you might have a month, you're doing good, and then a month, it goes down. And that's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. And in those times, I feel like, so when you're growing steadily and you're sort of, you know, it looks like if you continue to grow, you'll reach that big goal, you're fine. Your morale is okay. But if you're going up and suddenly things fall off, then I think that's when you bring back visualization and thinking about the big picture again and feeling yourself already there. Because, you know, I feel like if I'm growing consistently in something, I don't need to visualize the big grandiose thing or you know, feel it, because it's like, well, it clearly, if I keep growing like this, it's good. But when I'm going down a little bit in something, that's when I sit down and start to visualize and feel myself already in that big goal that I set for myself for, and then I feel better. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. This is just a slump. I'm gonna go back up again. And I usually get motivated to go back up again, right? So you use these tools, right? It depends on which part of the journey you're into right now. But if I have to give you guys the moral of the story of this video, first and first, set big giant fucking goals, guys. Don't settle for anything less. The world is made of language. If you know the world, the words that the world is made of, you can make of it whatever you wish. You guys can make whatever of it you wish, okay? Just don't set boundaries. Set your mind. If you really feel like you want to do something, set your mind for a big goal. Number one. Then, number two, you go with the mindset of slow and steady growth. And as you're doing that, slow and steady, you start to build momentum and you want to operate on that momentum. Don't let that momentum go. What is in motion tends to stay in motion. Don't let that momentum go, guys. Don't let it go. The minute you let it go, you gotta build it up again. And it might be easier to build it up now than you've built it up before, but it's gonna take you a little bit of time that you could have been just in that momentum. So get that momentum and just stay there. And if you lose the momentum, come up with ways to come back with it as soon as possible. So I think the most important thing about setting a big goal and achieving it is building momentum and riding your luck on that momentum. That's it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life, inside and outside the gym. And I love you guys. I love every single one of you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you watching and listening to my rambles. And I don't know why you're listening to my bullshit rambles, but hey, maybe it can be of some help to you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.